Shiny Pokemon. Differently colored and coveted by fans, these Pokemon make playing the games over again very fun to try to catch. Today, you'd think we'd be catching them, but no. Instead, we're going to be killing one on every route. Will we be able to kill a shiny on every route? Well, let's see. We started our journey on Route 101, and I actually went ahead and beat the game just so we had access to all the routes right from the beginning. And on Route 101, we encounter this fabulous Ampharos. Pink is a perfect shiny color. I gotta say so myself. I start with a Thunder Punch, and the Thunder Punch connects, and this Ampharos didn't stand much of a chance. On Route 102, I shake my way into an encounter with a blue Ralts, and that little subtle change in the headgear makes all the difference in making Ralts one of my favorite shiny Pokemon. I start, and I go ahead, and I hit a Thunderbolt, and unfortunately, this beautiful Ralts isn't going to stand a chance against that as it goes down, and we have 2 of the routes done. On Route 103, we zigzag our way into a green Azumarill, and green fits this thing great. Look at it bonk on its little tail. I send in my Typhlosion Repel, and a Flamethrower repels this Azumarill right back into the grass, because there's no chance it's hanging on. We skedaddle to Route 104, where we meet a really cool looking Credilli. Like I said earlier, pink's very cool for a shiny, but Earthquake, it doesn't discriminate. It doesn't care what color you are, you're going straight down. We surf our way to Route 105, where we find another blue shiny, a Metachan. Originally pink, I think the switch to blue's much better choice. I think this should be V-Sprite. Flamethrower connects, and the level 26 Metachan doesn't really stand a chance against my level 60. Route 106, we get a little trainer encounter. That's pretty annoying. Let's fix that with a nice shiny Nincada instead, and not one of my favorite Pokemon, but still pretty cool looking. I hit the Nincada with an Absorb, and he's joining the other shiny Pokemon we've encountered thus far. This game is full of water and lots of surfing, so on Route 107 we surf our way to find a Sableye. And the gold on this thing, the way it introduces itself into the battle, make it a very, very cool shiny to find indeed. But another Absorb, and you already know what's going on down here. That is 7 shiny routes done. More annoying trainers, and more Sableyes, as on Route 108 we encounter another one. This one, while a little bit tankier, there's not much I can say. Lee comes into the fight, and it surfs it away. Over on Route 109, we have a little bit of fun with a cool shiny indeed. The red on the back of Sandslash fits it so well. I think it's one of the better shinies in Gen 1, and I don't know how you couldn't either, because this thing is fantastic, but it doesn't live in Ice Beam, or another day to tell its tale. Jogging over to Route 110, we have a fun little encounter, and it turns out to be a Vileplume. This was one of the goats in my green shiny Pokemon only vid. It won't be on our team today as it can't survive an Ice Beam. Over on Route 111, I searched desperately for just a little bit of grass for us to look through. I don't find any, so we opt for this small little lake. And in this little lake, we find ourselves our first shiny starter Pokemon, a Bayleaf. I don't really know how to feel about this one. I kind of do like the tan body a little bit more, but not one of my favorites, so it gets Ice Beamed right back to the watering hole. Jogging our way over to Route 112, we have a nice little encounter with a beautiful Corsola, and you cannot tell me Corsola is one of the best baby blue shinies in the entire game. But this one's fate is predetermined. It catches an Ice Beam itself, and it goes down right away. We explore the volcanic, ashy area of 113. We encounter ourselves a Muck. This green pile is not going to cause us a Muck, as we're going to hit it with a nice little Drill Peck. It connects, and the Drill Peck from our Dodrio takes it down. Maria's hitting my line, but I ain't got time, because I'm going to find myself encountering a shiny Dusclops. The red on this thing is really nice, but I don't got time for that today. As we aerial ace that Dusclops, it goes down, and I'm feeling pretty happy. Back to surfing, you know how it goes. A little bit of time on the water's always good, and we find ourselves an Igglybuff. This one barely changes. Definitely one of my least favorites, just because it doesn't change much. So it gets drill pecked, and it can go to its watery grave. Route 116, this is special, because I think that shiny golden Azumarill is absolutely fantastic. Unfortunately for it though, our Dodrio comes out and an Aerial Ace connects and it goes back to its grassy domain. Speaking of more grass, we get something we've seen before. Another blue shiny Metachan. Nothing wrong with the repeats, but a little bit more variety would be cool, but it gets high jump kicked and it's going straight to the grave. Jogging our way to Route 118, we find my favorite Pokemon, so I'm hopeful, and I was right. We get to see it as a shiny. Mawile is very, very cute. But its shiny it's just okay. I go for a recover on accident, so I suffer my first damage from a bite. I then connect on a confusion, and unfortunately for Mawile, it's just not going to hang on, even though it's not very effective. And we can keep on going to the grassy knoll of 119, where we find a really special Totodile. And those blue spikes, there's something about them that just get me going, because those look awesome. Little rain will never hurt. Hit a little confusion. Totodile, as cool as you are, you can't even hang on to that. It faints. We jog our way to Route 120, and we encounter another shiny starter Pokemon. Grovyle, the red leaves, just something about it. It reminds me of Autumn. I think they look really cool. It's not going to hang on from a confusion, though. As it goes down, we have now finished 21 routes. Over on Route 121, we encounter ourselves a shiny Onix. And it's one of those shinies where it's just like, okay, it barely changed, but it's still pretty cool. Yellow rock snake, can't really go wrong. It's going to go south today for this girl as I hit a high jump kick, and there's just no way that Onix is hanging on. We surf around and encounter a Breloom. I think the red on Breloom is much better than the green. This is another one of those where I just think this should be the default sprite, but it's not going to hang on today. Over on Route 123, we have another one of those pretty special encounters as we find an Electabuzz, and I think Electabuzz is straight awesome. The golden orange is a little bit better than the yellow in my opinion, as I hit a flamethrower, and Electabuzz goes down. Back to surfing on Route 124, we find ourselves a Marshtomp. The pink on this has always been one of the best shiny colors for sure for a starter Pokemon, and even though it's a water type, it's not going to live a flamethrower at level 11, and we take it out. Skirt over to Route 125 where we find its baby version, Mudkip. Once again, this pink is just special, and it looks even better on Mudkip in my opinion. I hit another flamethrower, and it doesn't last very long as a health bar depletes, and we go to our next encounter. On Route 126, we fix that Mareep, and we make it a nice, beautiful pink. Pink shinies are awesome, but we're not catching shinies today, we're killing them. We take the Mareep out, and then we go to Route 127 where we encounter an Arcanine, and Arcanine is super cool. Even for the subtle change, I think it's sweet. I don't know why I decided to go for a Strength. Strength gets it low, but then it roars. This was frustrating. So I get back to it, and I finally find the Arcanine again. And this time, I am not going to be making that same mistake. I made sure that Lee the Dugong was out. Even getting intimidated, I know Surf's going to take it down one shot. It connects, and the Arcanine faints, and no more headaches from that thing. Over on Route 128, we encounter a Tentacruel, and I think the green looking poison sac on its head. I don't know if that's what it's supposed to be, but if it is, it makes it much cooler and toxic looking compared to the normal red. It goes down, and on Route 129, we are greeted with one of the most underwhelming of the whole run. A Mantine, and Mantine's a cool Pokemon, but the light blue, it doesn't really change that much, and that Remoraid underneath its wing, something's wrong with that thing, because it does not look right, like, at all. With Mantine out of mind, I surf over to Route 130, and we find something pretty cool. It's a Nidoking, and Nidoking actually can learn Surf, so, I mean, I'm not surprised it made it out here in the water, but yeah, you're gonna get caught with a Surf, and that's gonna connect and be super effective. And we'll see you later. Route 131, we make our way, and we find a Kirlia. Pretty sweet. Pretty special shiny Pokemon. Like I said before, the blue Ralts line is awesome, but unfortunately for Kirlia, it cannot survive a Surf. On Route 132, we find ourselves a beauty of a Duskull. The red in this line is very nice, but yeah, we'll see you next time. Route 133 was pretty annoying. I had to find a little nook to dig around in, and on this little nook, I found a Metachan. Another repeat, unfortunately, but I have to take it because this is just taking too long for me. I go for a Surf, it protects itself, but this time I'm going to outspeed and actually hit the Surf. Metacham, you're going to lead us into our last encounter, which on 134 is pretty annoying because you got to surf around for a second, but once I get there, we encounter a Nose Pass, and that thing's pointing due north with its golden glow. Lee comes in, I hit it with an Ice Beam, and that's it. I finished the job. I've killed a shiny Pokemon on every route in this game, and boy oh boy was it fun. If you enjoy videos like this, thanks for sticking around so long. Hit that subscribe button for more videos, and we'll see you next time. Have a good one.